Hey everyone, it's Michael. I hope you're doing well today. I have kind of a video here to kind of reintroduce the channel again. As many of you know, I've been talking kind of off and on other channels about not being sure what to do with other channels that I used to have the same names of. I've had like 3 channels with Night of the Living Dude as the names, and I thought, I need to use that for horror. That just is such a horror name for a YouTube channel. I have a book channel. I have another channel just focused on Goosebumps. I think where most people watching this probably came from, if I'm being honest with myself. And about, I want to say 6 months ago, 4 months ago, somewhere in there, I came around to the idea of making my horror channel a thing again, where I just reviewed movies, horror movies, and recommended things that I thought was good, but mainly talking about big budget stuff. Now, this channel here, I kind of, for a while there, reviewed anything I wanted, and it didn't matter if it was a book, a movie, a game. There's a lot of gaming content and stuff, and I just kind of felt like it wasn't working out well. I got kind of annoyed with it, and I don't like really being on camera either, as many of you know. I think audiences prefer that, but I kind of needed a channel just to do what I wanted to do and when I wanted to do it. I'm a lot more comfortable despite the constant heavy breathing and shit on videos like this, where you have a picture on the screen and a microphone that I'm talking. Now, I prefer making videos this way. I think a lot of people do. A lot of people that get older, like me, like almost in their 30s, are saying stuff like that more and more lately, which was interesting to me. But anyway, I kind of wanted to take this channel and do something different with it, and even though I have a book review channel, I kind of think what I'm going to do with that channel, it's called Mr. Wildboy94, is kind of focus mainly on horror books there. And here I think I'm going to focus on comic book stuff, and a little bit of gaming too, not just, comic-themed gaming like Dragon Ball Z games or something like that, but I think I'm going to make this channel kind of a channel where I talk about, comics, comic news, that kind of thing. Even though that whole wave has basically died out, I think a lot of audiences are disappointed with all the politics shoved into all of that, so they've kind of abandoned it. But there are people like me who are still reading every once in a while comic runs that I've never read, experiencing things, movies and shows and whatever that were comic themed that I've never seen before, that I want to talk about at certain points. Maybe every once in a while you'll get a review on this channel of like a TV show I recently watched all the way through, or whatever. It's going to probably be a variety channel, but I think this channel will mainly be comic book themed, and maybe some video game stuff every once in a while. Because this year, I'm kind of focusing on my movie backlog. I've been busy with that. I was going to make this a news channel, and I'm not really too in love with that. I think I might make maybe a random video here and there about maybe trailers that come out or something like that, my thoughts on them. But that's kind of scattershot. That's something that I don't know how often I want to do that, to be honest with you. But I kind of wanted to cover a lot of the stuff that I think I'm going to do with this channel. Like I said, video game stuff, comic book stuff, basically reviews for those things is mainly what I'll be doing. And maybe some thoughts on videos. I see a lot of that on old Geek Evolution videos when I watch those. And if you don't know, my channel is really, all of my channels really, I never wanted to make videos until I was inspired by a young man that I used to watch all the time named Eric, who also went by Browncoat Eric on the internet. His channel on YouTube was called Blows Himself Up Dude, and he made videos like this with a picture on the screen and a voice on a microphone. He was a very comic-themed guy, and even though I had read some of my uncle who had passed away before I was born's comics when I was a kid, I inherited those, I guess, from my family, and I loved what I read, especially the Spider-Man stuff. That was something that enhanced my love of Spider-Man from the '94 cartoon and the movies, but I hadn't really delved into them heavily or understood how to get into them because of how complicated it was and complex it was, until I listened to Eric's videos years ago. Now, he's removed them all. He's basically renamed his channel and everything. I think he's more in the place now that he just kind of wants to be left alone. I think he's like a lot of people that are getting to my age. He's a few years older than me from what I remember, maybe 5 years older than me. And I know that he kind of was very much the type who got to the point he wanted to be left alone. He removed his videos, you couldn't watch them. And I hate that because I loved his content so much. Many of you who've listened to me talk on many different channels have probably heard me whine and complain about that for ages, but you don't understand what it's like to grow up on somebody's stuff, movies and videos and whatever, and all of it be taken away from you. It was a very big bummer, and I miss Eric a lot. But anyway, I kind of want to frame this channel around what Eric used to do, because I'm such a hardcore fan of him. I will do my best not to repeat points that he used to make back in the day that I still have burned into my head, because I would watch his videos literally on repeat, whether it be on vacations or trips or getting up in the morning to go to work, or back in the day going to school, anything like that. I watched him religiously, man. But anyway, I kind of want to make this channel a little bit more like that. It's not so much about being a copycat channel, but I do find myself being a bigger fan of kind of nerdier stuff, kind of comic book stuff, because it was around and popularized when I was a kid, when the first X-Men movie came out, when the cartoons before that were out in the 90s for X-Men and Spider-Man and so on and so on. That stuff were made even more popular than I think they ever were in the 70s and 80s and 60s and all of that previous. From when I was a kid, it's like it was almost revitalized because of those cartoons that people like myself grew up on, and then again and even normalized even more so when X-Men and Spider-Man came out. And then you had the little offshoots like Fantastic Four and stuff that I would like to rewatch again for the first time in like 6-7 years, something like that. It's been a while. The last time I watched the first Fantastic Four film from the 2000s, I was not impressed. So I don't know, I might like it more this time around or not. But point is, I would like to revisit things like that. I would like to do a lot of discussion about memories I had around those things because of how nostalgic I was. The biggest thing for me is I am not whatsoever a big TV guy. If it's not something I grew up on, or if it's not something that has a big reputation that I've never seen all the way through, like, I don't know, like The Cosby Show or Family Matters or something. I can love those shows, I just haven't seen them all the way through. That kind of stuff is different. Yeah, that's kind of stuff that I don't know if I'll cover here. I might, I don't know. But I've thought long and hard about this channel. And like I said, I tried to make it a news channel a while back for movie news and stuff. And it just, I don't know. It didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. I did make a video about the Crow movie photos that came out. Then like the day after, we had a trailer come out. I kind of wish I had just waited off, you know? But anyway, I love movies, and I love comic books, and I love video games, and I love all of this stuff, and I love to talk about it. That's my biggest thing with this channel, is I want to get those things out there. Because my movie channel is just a horror channel, I just kind of focus on that stuff. I don't cover everything else. But on this channel, I do want to cover the things I want to cover when it comes to this bigger stuff. And I think comic books and video games come more hand in hand than people realize. I think there are more people who read and play both collectively, individually, than people that are movie fans who don't really play games, movie fans who don't really read, much less touch comic books or go into that kind of store. Now, it won't just be comics also. It'll be manga, which is just Japanese comics. But I'll be covering a lot of that too. Recently, I read quite a bit of manga, and I've read a couple of volumes of some comic book stuff that I covered on my Mr. Wildboy 94 book channel. I plan on re-reviewing, I hit my microphone. I plan on re-reviewing those to cover on this channel just because I want to have some content there, and I also don't want to reread those books ever. But it won't be things like Die Dark. In case you're familiar with my other channel, Die Dark is like 6 volumes. I don't think I could go through that. I may do a big like wrap-up video talking about Die Dark volumes 1 through 6 in one big video. I don't know, though. I might do that. But it was great, and I recommend it highly. But, you know, I'll do some different ranking videos and stuff. I do have one big series I'm going to kick off these videos with on this channel. And I guess it'll kind of make or break whether people actually stick around to the channel. I almost have 100 subs on this channel. Whether you guys like the old content or not, hopefully you do. What I plan on doing is making content focused around, for example, here soon I will have this big series about all of the Dragon Ball movies. I'm a huge Dragon Ball fan. A couple of months ago we lost Akira Toriyama. I made a video about it. And I think quite a few new subs came from that. But it was mainly because it was a big tragic news thing, and I'm still not gotten over it, to be honest with you, which made me want to sit down over the last month or so and rewatch Dragon Ball movies. And right now, I'm currently in the middle of Dragon Ball Evolution. I've watched the original Dragon Ball movies for the first time. I've watched through the Z films I've seen a billion times over, and a couple that I hadn't seen much before. And then I'm covering the GT film. I've got Dragon Ball Evolution right now that I'm watching, and eventually I'll cover the Super movies. So I kind of have some content already. I think I have the majority of these movies already reviewed and ready to go. I just wanted to get this video out that you're listening to right now before I start that series and start uploading them. So I may upload this video and a couple of those as soon as you're hearing this one. Anyway, that's kind of the goal for right now. I don't know how often I'll be reviewing games for this year because I just don't have the time. I've been talking about working through my movie backlog and stuff. I've been playing a couple of games, like Hot Wheels Unleashed for Xbox One. I tried a new horror game called Phobia. That's pretty cool. It ain't great, but it's alright. You know? I don't know if I'll do any haul videos on here, too. I thought about doing quick haul videos about mainly just comics and manga, if I pick anything up. But I don't know about that either. If you'd like that, that's usually a good way to garner new subs and views and stuff, so maybe I'll do that. But it's kind of different when you're on this kind of setup with pictures on the screen, a microphone. It's a little bit different than actually having, I don't know, people come in. You could do gaming hauls and stuff too, I guess. I used to do that with the channel when I was on camera. I don't know. I'm kind of all over the place and still thinking about what I'm going to do with that stuff. So it's kind of up to you. What do you guys want? What do you not want? Let me know all that down in the comments section down below. I'd love to hear everything you have to say and the things you'd recommend. You know, there's a lot of classic movies from, well, not classic, but older entries in comic book film that I haven't seen before. I used to watch Ghost Rider a bunch, like a lot, and I loved it. And I would like to cover things like Ghost Rider Spirit of Vengeance, which I've never seen before, but I bought a copy recently. So there are things like that I would like to cover. A lot of those older series before the MCU really became a thing were shorter. X-Men really only had 3 movies for a long time there before we got First Class around the time Iron Man came out. So it was, well, I guess we had First Class after X-Men Origins Wolverine? I don't know. But anyway, I'm hoping this will be really the therapeutic measure that I would like to attend with all this. Just because like I said, I don't really like being on camera. I've thought many a time about making those the other channels, like the horror movie channel, into just this, with the picture on the screen and stuff. But I don't think people in those audiences like that, so that's just going to be a thing for this channel, because to me, it's a little bit quicker to make videos this way, and also I feel like the videos turn out better. I have more time to think, I can look around the room freely, and not have to focus my brain on looking in the camera all the time, which is annoying. I don't know. I just want to cover a lot of stuff, and I love comics, and I love gaming, so hopefully I can cover some stuff here. Anyway, let me know what you recommend, what you'd like to hear me talk about, whether it be manga, comics, gaming, whatever you're thinking. Anime, I don't know. I kind of like to read the books before I get into the shows, but some of them are hard to do that with, like Yu Yu Hakusho. The show is a million times better than the books. So anyway, tune in for that, for just some discussion videos. I don't know. I have all kinds of stuff I plan on talking about with this channel that I hope you guys will enjoy, and I hope you 100 or so subs will stick around for that. If you unsub, don't worry, I understand. But if you stick around, hopefully you'll like the content. I have a lot of old gaming videos I have in the past, like GTA reviews and Dragon Ball Z game reviews and stuff. That's kind of why I wanted to put this video up here and do these comic-themed reviews here, because I already have so much comic book-related material to review here and gaming videos here, that I thought maybe it'd be worth your time if you guys like this channel. So anyway, let me know what you think about all that down in the comment section down below. I don't know how frequently I will upload to this channel as of the finishing of the Dragon Ball reviews, which I've been working on for, like I said, over a month now. So it might take some time to get more videos after that. You'll have some manga reviews and stuff like that. But anyway, hopefully you enjoy the content. Hopefully you'll be patient with me and give me some time to get around to everything. But, you know, I'll be here. I'll have some good stuff for you, hopefully, if you care about this kind of content. And I don't really see a whole lot of comic channels anymore that seem like an individual and not some big, mass-produced team behind the camera type of shit. I prefer when comic channels are like this, and I really don't see them very often. Like I said, Geekvolution's not even like that anymore, really. And I love them. You know, I love Captain Logan, but great example. All the people I used to watch that were doing this kind of thing, they've either stopped doing it this way, or they have kind of just moved on and quit, which is a shame in my opinion, because people like Eric, the guy brought up earlier, Brown Coat Eric, he probably would have hit over 10,000 subs with all the MCU stuff that was coming out over years, especially with the kind of rants he would do about things like Dark Knight Rises, which I thought was pretty funny. So anyway, I have a lot of stuff I want to cover for you. Hopefully you'll tune in for that and I can talk about it with you. Thank you all for watching, guys. I'll catch you soon. God bless you all, and goodbye.